Hello everyone, this is Darky Wayne. It's been a while, I believe, since I've last posted a video. So I'd like to first thank everyone who's still subscribed to this channel and still takes the time to, drop in and watch the content that I've uploaded. I'd also like to thank everyone from the SDL League. It's been a long time coming. This is over a season late, actually. And I've promised everyone that I would eventually upload this video, so here I am about to present to you the finals of the SDL Season 1. Just a quick word. It's been over a season now since this match played out. The SDL has since played an entire second season, and we're about to go into our third season. I'm going to make a video on that right after this finals battle. And without much further ado, I would like to begin the battle. I'm not going to be doing a team builder video on this one since it's been so long since I've actually built the team. I still do have it on Showdown, but unfortunately, I can't really go into the details of how or why I made the team as I did. But nevertheless, let me try and narrate this for you. Let's put some music in the background. Let's see, something like this. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's go. So my opponent is going to lead off with Tough, the Excujo, as I lead off with the Manic Chick. Now, I knew going in that my opponent was going to be Scarfed, and I decided to go into Malevolence, the Dragonite, to, of course, dodge the Earthquake. Here, predicting my opponent to go out into something else, I go for the substitute Dragonite. This Dragonite had a very particular set. It had the Whirlpool set, actually, to trap my opponent. My goal being to trap something like the Alumomola or the Cresselia should it come in. In any case, here I suspect my opponent is actually double Scarf on his team. As he goes for the Ice Fang, I go for another substitute in order to scout for my opponent's set. I go here for the Roost on another Ice Fang, which tells me that my opponent is probably going to be Scarfed indeed, as he outspeeds me. I go out into the Mamoswine, hoping to take this Ice Fang nicely. I take only 11% damage. So, in comes the Alumomola, as I predict that very nicely, decide to go into Manic Trick. Now here, Manic Trick is going to go for the Thunderbolt, and he goes for the Protect, which tells me that I'm going to be able to fake this Choice Scarf or Choice Spec set, as I am actually the Life Orb set. Here, my opponent decides to switch out into the Excadrill, as I go for the Flamethrower, catching my opponent off guard and causing terrible damage to basically one of his most important threats on his team. Here, I decide to go into Empoleon, predicting the Stealth Rocks, as I know my opponent's not going to go for the Earthquake, predicting me maybe to go into Dragonite. I go for the Aqua Jet, as my opponent predicts that very nicely. He knows that I like to bring Aqua Jet on the Queen Pen, and goes into the Zapdos. But I'm actually not scared of the Zapdos, and predict him to go back into something else, fearing either the Ice Beam, the Agility set, or whatnot. I think he might as well have been scared of the Mamoswine coming in whatever the case is, or rather the Manic Trick. Manic Trick would have been a problem for him. So I stay in and go for my own Stealth Rocks, as my opponent is stuck with the Excadrill. He has no choice but to sack it to the Aqua Jet, putting me in a very favorable position, as he now only has the Fug if he wants to take out the Stealth Rocks on his side of the field, which would also remove the Stealth Rocks on my side of the field, which would be beneficial to me. And next, my opponent is going to go into the Zapdos again, as as I'm going to be going into the Mamoswine, predicting the not the Roost actually, but here I make another play. I know my opponent fears the Icicle Crash, and he has no idea what kind of Mamoswine I am yet. He might be thinking that I'm the Scarfed set, but I am actually the Banded set, as I go for the knockoff, predicting the Cresselia and doing terrible damage on the Cresselia, putting it in the lower yellow range, allowing me to knock him off for a kill on the second hit. He goes into the Charizard here, and I go into Dragonite, which was EV'd in order to take on this thing, actually, since I was so weak to Sun fire moves. Sun boosted fire moves on the special side destroyed my team. So I built Dragonite in order to take on the special hits. Unfortunately for me, my opponent actually goes for the Fire Blast here and does about 37%. Unknowing if he's actually prepared for the Dragonite, I stay in, but he does go for the Hidden Power Ice, knocking me out in the process. And so I go into Jean Clafouti, the Manic Trick, which is probably the MVP of this game. As you can see, my opponent is in the tough spot. Jean's Thunderbolt could do decent damage on anything on his team, and if I predict the Hydreigon coming in and go for the Signal Beam, which my opponent probably knows that I have, it's going to do very good super effective damage on it. So he has no other choice but to stay in as I go for the Volt Switch, take that momentum and run with it. Next I'm going to be going into Varfa Breton, my all-important Lopunny. Go for the safe fake out as my opponent doesn't have anything he wants to switch in against me. He's stuck there, not really have anything to do. I know he's going to be going for the superpower though, so I switch out into Hoopa. Knowing he's Scarfed again, Hoopa is going to be taking this very nicely. And by nicely I mean he's immune to it. I go for this trick here, wanting to take away the choice card from my opponent. Not this. Sorry about that. I know he's going to switch, right? And I thought he might be going into Aloe, not Zapdos. But in any case, I knew I wanted to trick the choice card into something, so my opponent would be screwed over and wouldn't have his walls anymore. It works out in the sense that I get the Life Orb from Zapdos, which Zapdos at this point cannot one-hit KO me, whatever he goes for. And I am 100% going to KO him with the Life Orb Shadow Ball. Which means Hoopa puts in some work in the finals battle here, which is amazing. He goes back into Hydreigon. Hydreigon is going to be threatening me. However, I'm going to be going into Empoleon. Empoleon has outlived its use, or so you'd think, but Empoleon actually has a knockoff, which is going to allow me to knock off the Choice Scarf on the Hydreigon, guaranteeing me the win, as Jean Clafouti is going to be able to outspeed everything now and KO either with the Thunderbolt or the Single Beam and Thunderbolt, actually, since now he's down to 50%. Empoleon put in so much work this game, as did every member of the team. My opponent is going to be forced to go into Alomomola. Out of options, I go for the Thunderbolt and one-hit KO it for the game final. And so, just like that, I became the champion of the SDL's first season. And thank you for everyone who supported me. So, thank you to everyone who hope to see me come through. Rather, I'm really thankful to my friends who gave me some tips, who watched over me as I built. The people who gave me tips and advice when building my teams. It didn't really play out in the finals, as I am quite strong-headed, as some of you may know. But I'm still thankful for everyone taking the time of, going over my teams and really brainstorming with me. I'm also going to make another video next, which is going to be sort of a channel update about the SDL's third season. But yeah. I'm going to do a quick acote about the SDL second season right now, which I'd also like to highlight. As starting with this SDL second season, we've changed formats from the UCL to GBA-like format. I also won the second season of the SDL. This page is not loading, so I guess I'll keep this for another video. But in any case, I I did win that one as well. And so yeah, I'll be making videos for the SDL Season 3. I hope you guys will be looking forward to that. The Montreal Mawels are now signing out, and I'll be seeing you